Okay, folks, it is Wednesday, April 10th, and I just wanted to do a little recap here, kind of where we stand, where the market is, all that good stuff, right? So here's just your regular 15-minute chart, the one that we look at intraday with nothing on it. And you can see we were bound by these prices. What's that, 91 and a quarter down to 83 and a quarter, so not even 10 points all day, right? So there was really nothing going on until we got to this point at the end of the day, and we ended up relative to yesterday about 12 points, right? This is with the Art of Simple Trading points of interest, and you can see the dance was really kind of contained during the morning around the balance zone, what we call the balance zone, right? And then into the end of the day. Well, it was also contained on the high side by the high power zone, right, the bottom of it. And then at the end of the day, we kind of pushed up into it. Couldn't get through it, but definitely made a nice push up into it. But again, price was really contained all day. And this was kind of, where things ended up once we did finally take off, right? Here is a look at an hourly chart, right? And you can see this was the overnight low, 78, right? And this was the overnight high. And we really, from the time the cash market opened, which was right in here, right? We really kind of danced in here toward the top, but still dancing inside that range all day, and then finally made a push at the end of the day, right? This is the chart we use as the swing chart. It's the 120-minute or the 2-hour chart, as it's more commonly known. And you can see here, it tried to abide by what was essentially a signal a couple of days ago, but reversed and went back to the upside, still having problems pushing through the high power zone on the swing chart, right? And you'll see in a second it's having that same problem on the weekly chart, and that's because the zones are the same. But this is the daily, and you can see they're at odds, right? So you have incredible support right here, right? You have this kind of leg up into here, and then you have a little bit of congestion move over to the side. This is essentially a classic bull flag, right? You go up, you go sideways, and normally the resolution of this is a continuation to the upside, right? I don't know that that's what's going to happen here, but it's certainly setting up to play that way, right? Here is the weekly, and I was saying the high power zone on the weekly is right up here, and you're pushing up against the bottom of it. And that's part of what's kind of capped this market, right? Over the last few days, we made it as high as 2,900 and exactly 2,900, but we were unable to get through that, right? The way this is poised right now, and if you keep the daily in mind, right, is poised to push through that 2,900 level right here, right? It looks like price is definitely poised to push through that and head on up and maybe even challenge the high power zone here on the daily, right? So that's kind of where we stand. I don't do these that often anymore, but I thought I would point some things out, and hopefully it's helpful. You get something out of it and you're able to use it to your advantage. And I guess I would say in conclusion, in the event that I've been confusing here at all, I do anticipate that this thing is going to push off to the upside and get kind of a continuation play here and run up here and challenge these higher levels. How high we'll go, I don't know, but I think that there is, certainly another leg to the upside, notwithstanding. If you've been looking at the earnings charts that I published over the last couple of days, you also know that I'm like a little bit concerned about some of the big banks because their charts don't look great, right? but we'll see. Anything can happen. And I go with what the chart is telling me, and certainly the index is telling me over and above what any one chart is saying. So that's my thought. That's how I think this is going to play. And we'll see if I'm right in the next few days. Okay. That's it. Any questions, feel free. Barring that, we'll see you the next time I do one of these. Take care.